Hello, my name is Tim Büte. I'm a professor and chair for international relations at the Technical University of Munich. I have the privilege of leading and coordinating two teams of researchers at TUM making major contributions to the PERISCOPE project. TUM is Germany's leading research university whose traditional strength in engineering and science, including medicine, have in the last 20 years been extended to add expertise in select social sciences, above all economics and management, as well as political science and public policy. Our focus in the social sciences is on theoretically and methodologically rigorous empirical analyses of institutions and behavior. And so Janina Steinert, Henrike Sternberg and I have conducted a series of experiments across multiple European countries on behavioral aspects and consequences of the COVID-19 pandemic. Cindy Cheng, Luca Messerschmidt, and I have been collecting data from all over the world on government responses to the COVID pandemic. Each of them will introduce themselves and explain the work that we've been doing here at TUM in a bit more detail now.
Hi, I'm Janina Steinert, and I'm representing the TUM team that leads Work Package 5 of PERISCOPE. Work Package 5 looks at behavioral determinants in this COVID-19 pandemic and in how people react to the pandemic and to different policies regarding the pandemic. And I want to name 3 examples of papers that we are working on that illustrate what kind of research questions we are investigating. So in the first paper, we look at determinants of COVID-19 vaccine hesitancy in different European countries. And we conduct survey experiments in 8 European countries that test different communication strategies that could help alleviate COVID-19 vaccine hesitancy. In another survey experiment, we implement this in 6 different European countries, and we look at public preferences on the distribution of COVID-19 vaccines between the global north and the global south. And we find widespread evidence for great public support of a more equitable distribution of COVID-19 vaccines between rich and poor countries. In the last project, we look at determinants of compliance with social distancing regulations in Germany specifically, and we find that factors such as interpersonal trust, trust in institutions and authorities, altruism and risk aversion are important determinants for how much people choose to comply with social distancing rules.
Hi, I'm Cindy Cheng, and as a TUM postdoc, I and more than 1,200 volunteers in 18 time zones contribute to PERISCOPE via the CoronaNet Research Project. Here, we systematically document COVID-19 policies like lockdowns and travel bans for countries around the world. With more than 100,000 policies to date, this dataset is the largest of its kind and will play a major role in helping us understand the drivers and effects of the pandemic. For PERISCOPE, we are systematically collecting high-quality data for the 27 EU countries. This data is publicly available through our website and the COVID Atlas, and we hope that you can check out our ongoing data collection efforts there.
I think for CoronaNet, one of the main challenges was to first understand the corona crisis and how governments react to it. This inherent complexity of these different reactions of different governments on different levels was hard to capture and to foresee at the beginning. So we always needed to readjust our the way we work and our taxonomy.
I think that a big challenge for our research on individual responses to the pandemic was actually the constantly changing and dynamic situation regarding infection numbers, vaccination rates, or government policies, and both across time and across countries. This just made it very difficult to rigorously plan and conduct surveys on topics like vaccine hesitancy, risk perceptions, or social distancing.
Speaking for the CoronaNet side, our next steps are that we are going to integrate the data of different other data sets with whom we cooperate in order to become the biggest database that is out there. This is for 2 reasons. First of all, researchers should only have one place to look at data, and we hope to be this place. And second, it is that these different data sets that will otherwise be forgotten will still be alive as we are integrating them into our data set.